this is one. On Chinese social media, there's a popular saying, when you can choose between working hard and going to work, choose to burn incense instead. Today, I'm choosing to burn incense. I'll be visiting Sanyuan Palace, a Taoist temple in Guangzhou with a history of more than 1,600 years. If you are curious why so many young Chinese people come to places like this, keep watching. Another day, another bus ride. This might sound surprising, but I don't have a driver license. And honestly, I don't plan on getting one. There are two reasons. The first is, there are quite a few rude drivers on the road. I know myself well enough to admit that if someone drove aggressively or acted disrespectfully, I'd probably end up arguing with them. After thinking about it, I realize I'm just not meant to drive. The second reason is much simpler. Where I live, and most of the places I like to visit, are all easy to get to by public transportation. And if I do need a ride, taxis are still pretty affordable in China. I arrived in Yuexiu District. It's one of the oldest districts in Guangzhou, and many of the people who live here are local residents. I love walking around this neighborhood. The streets have a quiet, old-world charm that always makes me slow down. You will find Yuexiu Mountain, Yuexiu Park, the Sanyuan Memorial Hall, and the Yueqing Well. To me, this is the district that best represents Guangzhou. If you ever visit the city, this would definitely be one of the places I'd recommend. After a short walk, I arrived at Sanyuan Palace. It's the oldest Taoist temple all standing in Guangzhou. Before going inside, everyone washes their hands, then receives 3 sticks of incense free of charge. After lighting the incense, people quietly make their way from one hall to another, each carrying their own wishes. Some pray for good health, some for love, some for success in their careers. As for me, I came with a question on my mind. Even on Monday afternoon, the temple was full of people. The high school entrance exam was only 1 day away, so many parents came to pray for their children's exams. I also noticed many young women visiting the matchmaker hall, while more young people gathered at the God of Wealth Hall, hoping for better careers, or maybe just a little extra luck. I came here to look for something a little different, an answer. This ritual is called drawing a fortune slip. The instructions are posted right at the entrance, so it's actually quite easy to follow. First, you think of one clear question and silently introduce yourself. Your name, where you're from, and where you live. Then you toss a pair of jiaobei, moon blocks. If one block lands with the flat side up, and the other lands with the curved side up, it means your question has been accepted. You can try up to 3 times. If it doesn't happen after that, it's believed that today simply isn't the right day to draw a fortune. If your question is accepted, you simply draw 1 bamboo fortune stick from the container. Then you ask once more whether this is the right fortune slip for you. If the wooden blocks again land 1 flat and 1 curved, this is your answer. Remember the number, put the stick back, and collect the written fortune to read the result. These days, many temples no longer offer fortune interpretations in person. So after drawing a fortune slip, a lot of people simply ask AI instead. I never thought AI and ancient fortune telling would meet like this. This was my second visit to Sanyuan Palace this year, and only then did I notice something I'd completely missed before: an AI Taoist Master that can interpret your fortune. Before scanning the QR code, I was expecting it to cost at least 10 or 20 RMB. To my surprise, it was only 1 RMB. I'd already asked ChatGPT to interpret my fortune before coming over, but I was too curious not to try this new machine. Surprisingly, the AI Taoist Master's interpretation was very similar to ChatGPT's. Besides Sanyuan Palace in Guangzhou, I've also visited the Fire God Temple in Beijing. Without exception, every time I've gone to draw a fortune, I've asked about my career. My friends, on the other hand, almost always ask about love. Only my closest friends know this about me. I've never been in a romantic relationship, and strangely enough, I don't really want one right now. Or maybe it's more accurate to say that I don't feel like I need one. At this stage of my life, a relationship feels less like gaining something, and more like giving up part of my time, my space, and my peace of mind. In a way, isn't a relationship just another form of socializing? I enjoy being on my own, just like you've seen in my videos. I'm perfectly happy doing all kinds of things by myself, and I rarely feel lonely. I love traveling alone too. I've traveled to so many places on my own, even overseas. The only downside is that I can't order too many delicious dishes by myself. Other than that, I can't think of any disadvantages. Every now and then, I do admire other people's relationships, but when I think about changing my daily routine, or even parts of who I am for the sake of being in one, it just feels like too much for me, so I choose not to. Still, I sincerely hope everyone who comes here with a wish leaves with their prayers answered. Except for the people who smoke everywhere, leave everyone else breathing secondhand smoke, and toss their cigarette butts right outside the temple. I ordered something while I was still at the temple. They arrived almost exactly when I got home. Apples, I eat one almost every day. Bananas, mostly for breakfast or before going to the gym. Sliced beef, I usually cook it with vegetables. This is sticky corn from Sichuan Banna. It's chewy instead of crunchy. I absolutely love it. All this cost me 70 RMB in total. The best part, I didn't even have to leave home. Grocery delivery in China is incredibly convenient. The minimum order is low, delivery is often free, and it usually arrives in about 30 minutes. Life doesn't suddenly become easier after visiting a temple, but at least I still came home with groceries, a fortune slip, and a little more hope than I had this morning. Thank you for spending the day with me. I will see you in the next one.